by living in Ukraine, I went through a lot of crises, and I definitely know that there are not such a point that the whole world is falling down and there are no solution to that. So the solution is always here. You just have to very carefully evaluate it and not to speed up with the decision.
Welcome to the Seed Executive Insights podcast series, where we as Seed faculty members discuss intriguing topics with invited executive guests. I'm Sandy Vaci, and today I'm here with Volodymyr Mudry, CEO of OTP Ukraine.
All right, so all I have to do now is, first, I introduce you, okay? Volodymyr Mudry, and I do hope I pronounce your name right, CEO of OTP Bank Ukraine, my guest today. So I'm going to be asking you about you, life in Ukraine as the CEO of a big bank, and the kind of things that you're doing, and a lot more. But the first question is very personal. Running a big bank is a stressful job. Running a big bank in a country like Ukraine is even more stressful. Running a big bank in a country like Ukraine while you're in the middle of a war is totally stressful. And I look at you, you are calm and collected. Why? Are you just putting this on, or are you really this calm? And if you are, I want to know what you put in your coffee in the morning to remain like this. Volodymyr, how do you do that personally?
Okay. Well, hello to everybody. It's a great pleasure to be here and to talk with you. It's not an easy answer, so maybe it looks like you are totally calm and you taking like all everything what is going on is like granted, but you should understand it's not true, because there are two topics. The first one, as a leader, you should show to the people that you are in the stressful situation. So in this regard, you should be really as calm as possible, because all of others are just looking at you. And if you calm, they assume that you know something what they don't know. So, and that's why you are calm. The second point, you also have to look good, because there is one of the anecdote that the level of problem in the organization is very much correlated to the longest of haircut of the boss. So you always have to be very very cautious about this and really to look how you look for the others. And then, of course, you have to refresh yourself. And for this, physical exercise is very good. And I'm doing the sport each day, and if it's needed, even from in the morning and in the evening. So, and it's really helps. But of course, the main factors which is motivating you is the people around. Because when you come into this to the job in such a situation, and you have a lot of people in the office, my colleagues, my subordinates, and then you understand that this is something, and you couldn't be stressful or nervous or whatever. You just really enjoy that you have such a great team, and you can cooperate, discuss, look in for the solution of challenges and so on. This is how it looks like.
So, other than the physical exercise, do you have any secret ingredient to this composure that you have? What advice would you give to somebody, say a fellow CEO in another bank, and they're getting into really tough, difficult situation? Do you have any advice that you would give them how to handle it, how to pull through when the world seems to be ending around them and they have to deliver and they have to look after their people? What would you tell them?
It's difficult to give advices to anybody, because I think that each situation is unique. But first of all, just calm down. That's not follow your emotions, because of course we have all these instincts, and when such a challenges come, and the first reaction, okay, let's close everything. Let's close branches. Let's close lending. Let's stop new acquisition or whatever. And so emotions really calm down and not follow your emotions. Then I think what is very important is this honest communication, because anyway all of us are human beings and we have these biases. So it's very good to discuss everything what is going on with your team, with your people, because they appreciate it. They finally feel that they are making influence what is going on, and they are coming with new ideas, what can be done, how it can be done, and it's even united everybody. And then, of course, keep optimism, because this keeping optimism, it's actually drive you to find all these solutions to any situation what is going on. So by living in Ukraine, I went through a lot of crises, and I definitely know that there are not such a point that the whole world is falling down and there are no solution to that. So the solution is always here. You just have to very carefully evaluate it, and not to speed up with the decision.
Okay, and I have a million questions on my mind immediately as you were saying this, but this optimism is something that struck me. I've known you for a few years, and I remember you being an optimist for the longest time. So 2-3 years ago, you were a real optimist. My question is, are you still an optimist?
Yes, I'm still an optimist, but right now I changed my perspective to the risk. So before this situation happened, when somebody can tell me that, the risk of the failure is like 2% or 5%, I will say, oh, okay, it's so small, we will take it as granted, and we are going forward. But right now, if the risk to some big negative cases, even 2, 3, 5%, I really start very curiously evaluate what is counterbalances we can do. So right now I couldn't ignore this risk, even it seems to be quite small in current situation. This is what totally changed. And on the other hand, what is good based on current experience, that yes, of course you couldn't avoid everything what happened in such situation, but as minimum the plan B helps you to really manage the situation. So of course not everything going according to the plan, but as minimum you have this plan B, you know what to do, you can manage the biggest items which is others even couldn't imagine. So this plan B always, this is currently the biggest lesson learned what I have.
Okay, so and I was going to ask you about that. Obviously a crisis comes, a war comes. So you need to think about how to handle that. And the question obviously is it different running a big organization during these crisis times, or is it still the same principles? What has changed? What do you think you need to do differently, or what would you tell others? Hey guys, when this happens, these are the things that you have to pay attention to, that you really need to do differently.
So I think it's quite a different, or it's how to say it. So before it was really pure business, and I am a big fan of liberalism, big fan of capitalism. That this is business, and business are. The main goal is to produce the best product, and people will buy the best product. So this is, and you will earn money. And during this time, it's really changed that we are not like the business itself, we have to make a socially important business. We have to make not just a business which is devoted to create money, to create some product, but we also have to make a social impact on the country. And actually, it's not only about our organization, it's entirely what we currently have in Ukraine, that the United of Nations is tremendous, and everybody is just making its own influence or its own impact, how we can make the country more powerful to win in this war. So and this is what the total perspective is changing. So in such regard, first of all, you have to concentrate on your team, on your people. You have to devote a lot of time about their conditions, about their security, which is before was not in the agenda at all. Then you have to deal with your customers, how to protect the data, like in bank, how to protect money and so on. And then, which is even more important, you have to understand what is your impact on the country, on the society. Is your product really helps people to be calm, to support Ukrainian people, to support Ukrainian army, or what you are doing is awful in such a situation because it's only devoted to an extra penny or dollar or whatever and put in your pocket. And if you just devote it only to the pure business, your team, your people would actually go out of you. It's of course it's not very vocally, but you start feeling it. And vice versa, if you start running something, social projects, charity campaign, and so on, helping refugees, so it's united people, and they start to be proud of working for the organization, and they are ready to come for the branches. They are ready to come each day for the job. They are ready to do something more than just according to the instruction. This is. I think this is totally changed, and it's not because of instruction. It's not because it's written on the book. It's you can feel the spirit, yeah, which is totally different.
So is this why the Ukrainian Banking Association elected you as their head because of this thinking? What did they see in you? Why did they ask you? Because you are now head of the Ukrainian Banking Association, so that everybody knows that. And you are Ukrainian, but you're quote unquote an outsider. You are head of OTP Bank in Ukraine. It's not a born and bred Ukrainian bank. Yet, the Banking Association said, Volodymyr is our guy. We would like him there. Why do you think they did that?
For me, it's like a new experience because to run the organization, it's you have a clear goal, yeah, and these goals usually have a short-term goal, long-term goal, and it's more or less your profession to manage the business. Association is absolutely other way of activity, I would say, because you have to unite people. Even not just the people, you have to unite different banks to have one goal and to be a powerful as an industry. And this is not about business. This is about principles. And of course, I absolutely vocally express my opinion about it. So that of course we are different businesses, but we have to be united as a power. Because banking is one of the strongest industry in the country, and it's not how to say. I wouldn't say anything which is you don't know, but I think this is a huge surprise and huge success of Ukrainian banking system and national bank. That the system is so strong in such a crisis. So as I mentioned, we don't have just to be strong in our business, in our profession, but let's unite to be strong in making difference for the country. And my colleagues think they are supporting this idea, and and nominated me for such a role. Yeah.
Congratulations. So, if we look at the different things that a leader has to do, we normally say you start with yourself, you take care of yourself because you're the leader, everybody looks at you, so you have to be okay. That's the guarantee for your people to be able to do a job, good job, and then you have to look after them. Then you have to look after the business, so you earn some money and you serve customer needs and you generate return for the shareholders. And then you have to do something for society. Now, we talked about your personal thing, how you can remain as calm and collected as you are. We talked about the society a little bit. There are these two things in between. Yeah. Your people, your employee, and the business. So I wanted to ask you about these two things. Starting with the people. Your employee engagement scores are sky high. The world is falling apart and your people are just completely committed. What did you do to achieve that? Why is it there? I mean, I would think that people go, oh God, people are shooting and everything. I'm not interested. Yet they're totally committed. So what did you guys do to get those sky-high engagement results? Did you have programs? Did you have plans? What did you do?
Yeah, the people in Ukraine is amazing. So maybe
don't say that it's all them. You guys did something too. So I want to know what you have done.
Of the answer, yes, of course. Another topic, yes. How to say it? So even during this crisis or war period, we are not stopped transforming our organization. Yeah, it's we are currently doing this agile transformation, and a lot of these buzzwords that all others can understand in one way or another way. So what does it mean, agile transformation? We can talk here for hours. On the other hand, what is a main topic for me in this agile transformation, it's two things. First, you have to delegate the authority to the people so that they can make a lot of decision by themselves, and on the other hand they are taking a lot of responsibility for their job, for their result. This is one part, and the other part is this customer centric. So you always have to look what your customer really need to, what is the pain point, and how you can help to achieve their customer goals. And the same actually you have to do with your colleagues, with your subordinates. So you have really start talking with people as much as possible and implementing changes according to their response. So yes, we have this engagement survey, this bank-wide or group-wide, but it's coming like once per year. But what we are doing, that each and every month we are running our own survey, but based on some particular topic. So we are not discussing like what is the value of the company or what is the mission, vision. We are discussing what bothers you mostly in the office. What do you think about the quality of food in our canteen? What do you think about our social package, and so on? And people are honestly providing the response, and then you have to implement changes. And if you show that you are responding to their request, of course, this start working. The level of trust is increasing. This is about the actual level of trust. And I had at the beginning, when I was appointed as a CEO, I had a discussion with one of my colleagues that do we have to make, you have this idea to run all the time surveys internally and understand what is going on, but do we have to make it anonymously, or people have to say who provide this response? And 80% of people, no, anonymously, because on the other hand, who will give you the honest report? Nobody will. And right now, people start even signing who's respond, because they would like to be shown, to be heard that this is their response, this is their contribution. If you are making some decision, this is their and of course, via all this, it couldn't happen one day or 1 month, but if you are running it in a constant basis, people understand that they are important, that their opinion is important, their condition is important, and they start to respond for you in the same way.
So your people are your customers, in a way, right?
Yeah.
Because this is exactly what you would do with customers.
Yes.
You understand the pain points and what they need and how, and you're doing the same for your people.
Yes. But with customer, you're taking money. With people, I'm trying to take their efforts, their skills, their willingness to make their
you give
organization
them money.
better.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, money is yes.
Okay.
Money.
Now,
Yeah.
great stuff. And let me ask you about the business now. Now, I know there were a few interesting things, and for anyone else, I hope I'm not giving away a big secret if I say that, you were looking at implementing this customer management system, and there was a big issue about being able to put it up in the cloud, and you decided to just go ahead and do it anyway, and we'll see what happens. And of course, when the war came, the National Bank said, okay, now you can put information up into the cloud. Because you did your homework, you could just push the button and you got an incredible competitive advantage. So that to me says hard work and foresight works. But that's one thing. That's almost like a tactical thing. That was really, really good. And I loved it, the way you guys did it. But the question is, how do you manage in a crisis situation like this? Because I can see you having a lot of challenges. There is a war, and some of your customers may get killed. Their businesses may get killed. That means they cannot pay back the loan. So you have to be very careful about who you lend to and what you do. So that's one big chunk of issues. The other big chunk of issues, you want to be able to help your current customers, okay, so that they can survive the current difficult times. The next chunk of issues is you have to do all of these while keeping your ability to really crank up the business when this whole thing is hopefully over and you are, quote unquote, back to normal. These are really big challenges. Without giving away any strategic secrets, can you tell us how you think about this? How can you manage these conflicting priorities in this crisis situation? What is your approach? Is there anything anyone can learn from your way of thinking, how you do that?
Yeah. The priorities is quite, from time to time it's conflicting, and actually you are making decisions in such a way you really have to understand to which extent your choice, what is the influence of your choice. So it's mean that you really starting from the top. And top is a society, and then you go in down to the bottom. So what I mean, so for example, when we think about, oh, this is war, should we lend or not? And then we coming back, is it any customers who really need money right now, and they are making the biggest difference for the society, for the strength of the Ukrainian economy, yeah? And then you come into some particular companies or particular industries for whom you understand it's vital for the entire society to be. Then you come to your customers, and this is one of the example. What is the most important thing right now for the most of your customers? It's the credit limit in your card, or to protect your data, because the rocket can come to the data center and it could be blown up, and then nobody can help you. So the first priority is really to ensure the security of the data of the customers and move it to the cloud or whatever else. Then you go into the other topic, this operational stability, yeah, because last year it was something amazing. We really have this huge project running by National Bank, the power banking. It's mean that each bank have to organize on their branches like a shelter. So, for example, if there is no electricity, heating in the city, in the bank branch, each of the people can go out from the street, and they have to have possibility to have a tea. It should be the internet, the Starlink is working, the diesel generator is generating power, and so on. So for that, you also understand that this is vital, you have to do it. And of course, your people. And then after that, this is project management. You are prioritizing it based on the impact, starting from the society and then going down to the business. Yes, as a shareholder, maybe it's not not the best answer, but what I thought, in such situation, you really have to be a socially responsible business and make the priorities in the same regards.
Okay. Volodymyr, thank you. I have maybe another 1 million questions I would love to ask you. But I was told that we have to keep this short, and we are probably running over time as it is. So let me say thank you very much. It was amazing. For anyone who doesn't know, OTP Bank Ukraine is one of the top 10 banks, but is one of the top 5 in terms of profitability.
Yes.
You have got so many awards from different institutions or whatever. I can't even list them up. And you've been asked to head of the Ukrainian Banking Association. So during these very difficult times, you guys have done an amazing job. I really enjoyed listening to you. What struck me was the normalcy in your responses. It's not this crisis panic. It is, hey, listen, this is business. Let's do the best for our people. Let's do the best for the business. Let's do the best for society. And steady as it goes. But I know there's a lot of stuff behind that. And I know you cannot tell us all this stuff because it's very competitive. And we don't want your competition to learn too much from you. But thank you very much. I really enjoyed the discussion.
Thank you.
Power to you, Volodymyr.
It was a great pleasure. Yeah, thank you very much.